Mike, you got to get yourself a pair of Heelys and go to the park.
I want soaps.
Yeah, dude.
No, Heelys. You don't want to be Jim Jashmist or whatever.
No, we need to get soaps on Mike.
Well, yeah. If you get soaps, I'll get soaps. And my bones will be all broken.
Yeah, the whole.
I always wanted soaps as a kid.
Travis,
Me too.
The key to all this stuff, you just gotta be like, visualize it in your head before you do it, and it just happens. Your body just
So
goes.
you drop in.
Yeah,
Yeah, then you lose
you
your
trick
teeth.
yourself. It's all
it falls
smoke and
out in
mirrors life.
salsa.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's a great conversation to start the show on.
You
got
can trick
these
your mind
keys
and
of
do
a
anything.
50-year-old.
Right.
That's why we're gonna be really rich one day.
And that's why we're going to start the show right now. Hello, welcome to Roast Mortem
Oh.
Cast. My name is Tom.
I'm Travis.
I will be your Cody for this evening.
And I'm like,
Mike, what was all that hubbub about? If you visualize it, you could do it.
Yeah.
you gotta manifest your own destiny.
Oh, that's racist.
Right. Now, recently, yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah,
But like
white
in a
people
good way,
did
not
that.
that way. You gotta
Right.
be
Yeah,
like,
white people did
visualize
that
it.
called Manifest Destiny. It's a pretty racist time in our past.
If I meant visualize. I'm sorry, it's a better word.
Look, I mean, you keep it in Marvel movies, it's fine. A little ethno-state here and there. It's just tit for tat. All right. But you've been visualizing yourself acquiring a Bitcoin.
Yes,
correctly?
and it's very hard.
Right. Harder than a kickflip?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I thought it'd be a lot easier to this whole visualizing shit, but if I do it for 10 years, I guess it'll pay off.
One
So
day.
you're thinking about the Bitcoin, which
Yeah.
is a lot more than 30 grand, which I know is your benchmark.
Well, 30 grand, I can start day trading.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Right. So speaking of day trading, how was your last 7 days of trading?
Well, the last 7 days of day trading have been very fantastic.
Yeah.
I really don't feel comfortable disclosing it on live television. I mean, live radio.
Well, look, we're
not
on
live.
since we're on live
not
radio right
radio.
now. Maybe you could tell us why you weren't here last week.
I broke my tooth last week biting into a piece of bacon.
Yeah, see, you took a
Yeah.
picture of it in like salsa. I'm like, how
sour
do you
cream.
break your teeth in sour cream?
Well, I was
That
playing
means
with
you
it
were
at that
playing
point.
around with your broken tooth.
I lost my
And
appetite.
you went for the fucking Instagram pose opportunity
Ooh.
and ruined an entirely good cup of sour cream is what I'm getting.
The best part, though, when I was doing that, I found a nasty ass hair on the side of the sour cream, playing around with the sour cream that I didn't even see.
How gross.
It was pretty nasty. I was like, damn, the long
Did you return
hair.
it with your tooth in it?
No, I had to keep it because this shit costs money. but fucking, it was pretty penny to get that sucker jammed back in. And all those fuckers
Mike.
are laughing at me inside the fuck. When I tell them what happened, they're all like, "Oh, this guy's an
Mike,
idiot."
are you a real fucking person right now?
Unfortunately,
This is
yeah.
incredible.
I'm like, I can't bite into shit anymore without.
Dude, I feel
risking
like there's like
breaking
a character in Trailer Park Boys that like just got written out of scripts and you're it.
it. I'd fit in pretty well over there.
Speaking of face bones, I have a bone to pick with you, which is last time you were here, I gave you a beer.
That was that.
And you drank the beer, or I thought you did.
Yeah.
And then I offered you another one. You said yes. And when you left and I cleaned up after, there were 2 full beers.
I don't like to drink and drive, Tom. Come on.
You were here for 7 hours.
Exactly. I stand by my
skateboarded away.
statement.
Fair enough. All right, cool. Cody, how's your
PSA.
week going?
My week's
Sorry
good.
about that.
I got fucking Poseidon trying to kill me all week, dealing with tsunami and flash flood warnings. I'm still here.
Oh, yeah, you're
Hanging in
Johnny
there.
Tsunami over there.
Johnny Tsunami and Felicity Flash Flood. I don't know. That's probably a porn actress.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, hanging in there. Decided this is going to be a good episode for me to get hammered on. So look forward to me getting loud and repeating myself often.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day, guys. I was thinking about how when we started the podcast, we would drink 24 beers before starting. And
Yeah.
Per person.
then we realized how lucrative of an opportunity this show was. And we appreciate all the listeners for making us multimillionaires, except for Mike.
Yeah, I'm still struggling.
But it comes from half sobering up. We're sober going into the show. And
Yeah.
rarely do we start as sloppy as we once did. And that is the evolution of the show. It's a beautiful thing. It's a terrible idea. We once did that. But here we are now. We have made so much progress. Speaking of progress,
Learning.
how is my progressive friend, Travis Lee?
Oh, speak for yourself, Tom. I'm about to go make myself 2 Bloody Marys and down them and boof them.
Oh, down
Down and then boof.
That's
That's
good.
a
right
trick.
to the bloodline right there.
Yeah, that
let me
requires
see.
upcycling.
My week has been pretty normal. I'm getting ready to come back to New York.
Shit.
I will be back in New York on Tuesday this week. Well, I guess when you hear this, I'll already be back in New York. But I'm looking forward. I think the most I'm looking forward to. I want to get a good barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah,
That's good.
They got good pizza out here in Portland, but
it's not the same.
let me tell you, I need those pizza that's like it's not really a pizza. It's just like a bunch of shit on dough.
It's a tap water, Travis.
Right.
And you should do sloppy ponchos while you're there too.
Oh yeah, sloppy ponchos.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Bacon and cheese?
it's an honor that I'm being overlooked by a pizza when my friend comes back to where I live, and he's just like, "Oh, the thing I'm looking forward
You
to."
see him all the time.
Yeah, but
Tom,
you know, like,
Tom, you're the big snack. You know what I mean?
oh, okay,
The
thank you.
big
That's the
Wink,
final
wink,
course.
I like that. That's a lot of
that's-
fun.
That's obscene to call a grown ass man you're not trying to fuck the big snack.
That's friendship
Well,
right there. I
maybe
think.
the second half of your sentence didn't make
Right.
make it to the qualification, if you know what I mean. Well, that's good. I'm glad your week was like that. I should get another beer before we go. Should I beer?
Yeah,
Get
Why?
Mike to get you a beer.
Yeah,
Give me a beer, Tom.
yeah, I'm gonna get Mike a beer, but I bought bottles this
You owe
time
me-
so I
you owe
can
me a
see
beer,
how
Tom.
much is left.
You owe me a beer, Tom.
Okay.
I wasn't
There you
happy
go.
with the beer last week's selection.
Well, what did he make you drink? What
What was
he
the
drinking?
beer? High Life. It was not a High Life. What was drank? It was High Life.
That's champagne, dude.
Highlight. This is
Yeah, you guys were playing Highlight last
no,
episode.
Cigar City's Highlight. To which, after you took the first sip, you
Really
said,
didn't like it.
"It's good." So that's why I thought you liked it. But
Sorry.
God forbid I get that wrong.
Tom,
no one's
how's your week?
What was that, Travis?
How's your week, Tom?
Tell us.
Man, I'm gonna see the big snack. I'm gonna see soon.
All right. Well, let me tell you about this big snacks week.
It's gonna get worse.
Not too much happening. So one thing I found myself very excited about was that Decapitated's old material on Earache is now streaming. So I've been jamming out like a little boy. I've also been today I was playing the Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, the
The
joint.
remake.
Yeah, the remake. It's been a while. I know it's been out for a few months already, but
That's cool.
I had to get in there and listen to all that ska, West Coast punk.
Goldfinger.
Get some Goldfinger, all that stuff in there.
On the
I'm
remake,
streaming.
did they add the entire track? Because that would be not faithful. Because it's supposed to be just the chorus.
Yeah, that's true.
You're supposed to
So
just like in Crazy Taxi, where you be playing that and you just hear the
All I
offspring, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
Over and over and
That's
over.
all you need too. It's always good.
You know, that's the reason Y2K almost happened, because we had to save on space, you know?
Yeah,
This is fun.
with our mini discs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who could imagine the year starting with any other number than 1?
Yeah, right?
And it's fucking 1995. Like, who can imagine?
I was born yet. I was born that day.
You were born
Wow.
that day.
So Tom,
1995
playing some
was a
tone?
day.
Yeah, so I've been playing
Anthony
the
Hawk?
tone. I've been playing the tone. What else was I doing? I've been celebrating Women's Month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's been
Oh.
a big thing for me. Just making sure all the women are happy.
Well,
All of
yeah,
them.
you just gotta eat ass, right? Isn't that's how you make them happy in 2020?
Oh, you gotta do everything. You know, like, just gotta do everything. You gotta be in the kitchen for a whole
Yeah.
month, so they don't have
Yeah.
to be.
I'm getting instructed on Instagram on how to walk properly.
Why, to not look like a raper?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it doesn't make any sense because it's like let the woman walk in front of you, but then it's like, what if I have a knife and I just go behind her and start stabbing the shit out of
Yeah,
her?
what if you stab a woman, Mike?
Yeah, exactly. Why is she's walking in front of me?
Yeah, that's the vantage point.
Yeah,
for,
so it
for
makes
said
it easier for me to
stabber.
kill someone.
How dare someone's daughter walk in my stabbing range?
Well, I'm just
Yeah, it's called the blood zone. When you go to the
blood zone.
scouts,
Yeah,
you gotta the blood zone.
Look, all these things that you see online about how to walk around a woman, you know, to not scare her.
It's another guy telling me that. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're like, don't scare women or whatever,
that's
but they're
not-
also very
yeah.
brave at the same time. So
That one
I
doesn't make
don't
sense.
understand. That's okay. Look, I propose this. Let's cut through all this bullshit. Every time you see a woman you don't know, mace yourself. So she has 10 minutes to leave the vicinity.
I like that
I
idea.
like that too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
I
do
got
it for
excuse
women.
And I go to work too.
Guys, I have 3 sisters, a girlfriend, a mom, a grandma. I have all these women in my life. So let's
Love
start
it.
macing ourselves.
Tom, you're being maced a lot. You're just being maced like, walking around your house.
Yeah, and I do it because I love women. Speaking of which, to celebrate Women's Month, I thought we'd do another woman on the show today.
Oh.
Oh, yay. So this is back-to-back womans.
Well, we have to. We actually had to. We
get a tax
Higher ups
penalty
said
if
so.
we don't.
we actually lost a lot of money because of Ludwig. Let's put it this way. It's always time to tell the tale of woman. So I'm going to tell the story of Olivia Oatman. Oh, I said Olivia. I ruined it right up top. Olive Oatman.
Olive. Ooh, what an interesting name.
Olive.
Yeah.
Olive Oatman. That
Olive-
sounds like a very weird type of breakfast.
Yes, sure does. Now to tell Olive Oatman's tale is to tell the backstory regarding one of the most oppressed demographics in American history. These people are institutionally ostracized and discriminated against, even in Biden's America. They are rarely afforded the opportunity to work and usually must resort to some kind of online escort service, an honorable profession, yet somewhat limiting. These people,
Are you talking about oatmeal people?
you'll
Like
see,
people that
Travis.
make oatmeal? That's a very
Those are
Terrible.
Quakers.
yeah.
So, of course, the people I speak of are white women with face tattoos.
Ah.
There, yes. The often misunderstood woman with a face tattoo. Some people have their face tattooed as a mark of their lifestyle or belief or a need to be accepted by some kind of online community. Either way, most of them have difficult times getting jobs.
Yeah.
Our subject, Olive Oatman, she did have a hard time, but
She had a
not
face tat?
but not with her job. Yes.
Damn.
Now we're talking about very old face tats here. Okay. Any questions
Well, hold on.
before I go?
Can we ask? If each one of you had to get a face tattoo, and not like it's hidden underneath your thing, like it's right on your above your eyes or like on your cheeks, what would it be? Like you had to.
I don't know. Like there's no right answer because I'm not doing it. So I'm just gonna say the words Harry Potter and Comic Sans on
Under each eye?
under
Harry
each
Potter.
eye. Yes, it's gonna say Harry Potter and Comic Sans.
I get it filled in.
You want to be blackface?
No,
Yeah, you
I
just
just
have
want
permanent-
I want like permanent black eyes, like someone punched me in the eye.
Oh, okay.
Well,
We'll get that
I
mace,
feel like
ladies.
you look more like you're wearing eyeshadow,
You
dude.
think so? Or that too.
Yeah.
I always like gothic more.
Yeah. Cody?
I'm feeling this right now, but I wouldn't know how I would feel about this if you asked me in, let's say 12 minutes. But like if I like just got like a nice like Tom Selleck like mustache tattooed on me,
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, yeah.
I think
nice.
that'd be cool.
That'd be tight.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Some great face tats that you get so many jobs, guys. So tell us about this old timey face tat.
I will. So
She in the Navy?
let me paint you a picture, friends.
Mm.
1837.
Damn.
Olive is born under the Mormon Union of Royce and Mary Ann Oatman in Illinois.
I love how a 4-digit number is enough to get Mike to be impressed. Damn, that's a year.
Yeah, it's a
Also-
long ass time ago.
Well, I mean, in context
What year
of
did he
face
say?
tattoos,
Were you even paying attention? What year did he?
1837, right?
All
Yeah.
right, fuck
See?
you.
Tom,
Come on, we're
can
talking
I-
about face
can I-
tattoos.
Andrew Jackson.
Give him a
right? He was
break, Cody.
president during then.
He did it.
Tom, can I also like stop you here because I'm going to take your job right now? I know you're the history predictor. We're dealing with the first suicide girl, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, I didn't even think of that angle, but we could go there.
Whoa, wow.
Hey, babe, can I get a pen? I gotta fix my typos as I go.
Oh,
You know, this important part of the show is fixing the typos as I go.
I like
yeah,
that. On the
on
fly.
the teleprompter. Yeah.
Right now, Royce and Mary were both very educated, and definitely had some prime loins. Oatman's had 7 children in total.
Sheesh.
Now, it doesn't matter how well educated you are. 7 kids will start to mess with your finances.
It's true.
Am I right?
House to
Yeah.
feed.
Yeah. Baby factory.
How to poop.
So Royce started looking for some options. It's still pioneer times, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin isn't around yet.
Nope.
One of the options was religious driven. As I mentioned, the Oatmans were Mormon. And in 1837, Joseph Smith, the old big wiener apostle of God who started Mormonism, he ran into some competition.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
New God Town.
Yeah. And it was an 11-year-old boy named James C. Brewster.
Did you guys watch that Death by Mormons or whatever, the Netflix show?
Is it good?
No, I canceled my
Mormon.
Netflix.
Well, you know what? You're missing out. There's a bunch of nerd Mormons, and they're blowing each other up back in the 80s.
Oh, sick.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, it's worth the watch.
Hell yeah. Well, Mormons tend to make pretty crazy claims. We all know that. So Brewster claimed that he spoke with God and wrote his own book. And the book gained him his own followers, which caused a rift in the church. Now, Brewster's denomination being called, very creatively, the Church of Christ.
Oh,
Yeah,
I won't
okay.
get that confused with
No,
any
no, no.
other Christian
Yeah,
church.
right.
That's unique. That's unique.
Yeah,
It's
if you,
very
really
Stands
want,
out,
if you want
pops.
your denomination to stand out, you got to use one of those two. You know?
Shit was so
Yeah.
easy back
You
then.
need that SEO boost, right, Mike?
Yeah, I need that. I need that fucking tax break.
We should be called like the podcast of voices.
I like that.
Yeah. Talking
So we
boys.
should change our name.
That's not bad.
Podcast of talking.
It's very artistic.
Talking men talking.
Sounds.
Listen when killing time sometimes. Royce Oatman thought that this 11-year-old boy, Brewster, was filled of exactly zero bullshit and took
Oh.
his word. You see, in 1850, excuse me, the 11-year-old, he was a little older at this point. I didn't do the math, but he told his followers that paradise is located in the valley of Colorado and the Gila rivers. Now, Brewster told his followers that this land was fertile and that the natives in the area were welcome. Funny enough, that was very wrong. Brewster had never been to the area, but he had seen it on a map.
Sorry, did I miss this? We're in like upstate New York, right?
No, we're in Illinois.
Illinois. Okay.
Yeah.
Mormon
It's like that's where
zone.
Mormonism started, was upstate New York, and I was just thinking,
It did, but it also it branched out. This is happening around the same time. The 1850s is the same time when the Mormons went and took
Metastasized.
all the West Coast, and then Gavin Newsom actually removed it from them and put them all in Utah. A little less than 100 years later.
well, I have a layover in Utah, so I'm excited
Utah?
to lick salt
Oh,
rocks.
cool.
That's
Over
going to be
here.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, get COVID off those salt rocks.
yeah.
Now, between Brewster's promises of fertile land and the U.S. government allowing people to mine silver and gold in the region, Royce couldn't think of any reason not to go. Now, on May 6th, 1850, they packed up their wagon and joined a caravan and headed that away. They had loaded up 2 carriage, pulled by oxen and trailed by the Oatman cattle stock.
Sheesh.
They met other Brewsterites in Independence, Missouri, for a 43-carriage caravan.
Damn.
All right.
Brewster
Squad.
himself was part of this caravan. Now,
Punky?
Brewsty Punky.
That's exciting.
Bruce
It's like, oh,
Punky.
finding
Bruce
new
D.
frontier.
Punky.
Yeah, right? Could you imagine anything being new?
That
I'm
shit- that
only
was exciting
32
back
and I've
then.
never seen a new thing.
Yeah, right. Well, Bitcoin's new.
Well, Bitcoin is fine, you know, like
Bitcoin
maybe
was new.
it was new, but now we're poor because we only have several hundred Bitcoin. We missed the boat.
Well, fuck.
I think that's what we're all missing, though. We don't have any caravans anymore. We need all.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go to fucking Dunkin' Donuts. Let's start a caravan to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Everyone wants to drive. It fucking sucks.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine if that was a normal thing? Like someone just hollering in their apartment building, like, "Hi, you guys want to go to Dairy Queen?" And then like
in the
just a bunch
wagon.
of people putting on their shoes and be like, "All right, caravan time. Who brought the umbrella?"
When you talk, time goes by quick when you get there before you know it.
Yeah.
Where's the oxen?
But remember, these people aren't like friends. They're just like, yeah, we're just going over there. And it's like, oh, God. You meet these people and it's like,
Yeah.
you're fucking annoying.
It's true. You know.
Now, Independence was a popular departure hub for the frontier folks. The caravan officially headed west in August. These like-minded simple fucks thought that they had plenty of provisions and God's good graces, and they'd be able to get to their destination safely. My God,
Oops.
they were wrong. It seems as though God never even heard of these people.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Wait,
fucked
but this
up.
is the Church of God or something.
Church
Church
Christ,
of
you know?
God.
Church of Christ. How would you not know about Church of Christ? God.
Yeah, right? Well, maybe because he thought, I saw that one already.
He's like, my son, he didn't really stack up to what I thought he was going to be. He died
Wow.
really early. What a fucking bitch.
Wasn't impressed.
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted him to go to the military academy. He wouldn't.
He said he wanted to be an artist.
I sent him to boarding school when he said he wanted to be an artist.
Now, our subject tonight, Olive, she was 13 when her family finally started the trek. Just a few weeks of the journey, that was fine. No big deal. They had their high hopes. They had their crave cereal. The caravan traveled through lush, stream-filled landscapes, stopping at night to enjoy spooky stories and other camp time activities. It was easy. They had it very easy the first few weeks.
Till shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Well,
A little bit.
all right. So if you're on a caravan, like imagine like the landmark that a caravan does. You've got all the horses and oxen they're making that tread, right? But then you've also got people shitting constantly because they all have dysentery. So you'd see this pathway of like beaten earth from the oxen, and then just like diarrhea out to the sides.
It's true because this wasn't the only caravan that was leaving from Independence, Missouri. There's caravans leaving every couple days, big ones, and they're all diarrheaing in the same path.
I watched that Buster Scruggs. There was the Legend of Buster Scruggs or whatever that is.
Yeah, that was a
Sounds
fun
familiar.
one.
Right, and there's that one story where they're on the Oregon Trail and they're doing the caravan. I didn't see any diarrhea in that at all.
Yeah, that was prettied up.
That's
It
Hollywood.
was very pretty.
Yeah, very pretty.
Very
up.
pretty.
So,
Smoke and mirrors.
right. You got this easy first few weeks of the trip. When they wanted to hunt, they would just stop and bring back a big, juicy elk.
Sounds good.
But as things do, within a month of good times, the bad times started. People start to realize they didn't like Brewster, the boy wonder. He started getting annoying and stupid.
Oh.
Fuck.
Just a teenager. I hate this kid.
Yeah. So they also were attacked by natives several times, raising tensions amongst the travelers.
I thought they were welcoming.
Oh, I mean, Brewster is the one giving you your info.
What the fuck's up, kid? These guys are assholes.
That's like when somebody gives you like a dealer's number and like, oh, he's a great guy, but all
Just
dealers
cops.
are just fucking weird.
It's true.
Yeah, they're all just hyper paranoid.
Just want to hang out
Yeah,
with you
they
and
want
shit.
friends. Hyper paranoid and they want friends.
Why do I feel like 80% of our patrons are dealers?
They might be, and
Those
you're
are my
all
legal CBD
you're all
ass, bro.
shady people. And to atone for your sins, you should go to roastmortem, patreon.com/roastmortemcast, and we won't tell
Please.
you. Now, where the hell are we? There was talk of disbanding, and conveniently enough, Brewster bestowed another vision upon his followers when tensions got high enough. He said, "There's a new promised land," and it was by the Rio Grande, much closer. That's a Rio Grande for you white people out there.
Okay.
Oh, the Geo Grand.
Yeah, Geo Grande. So he's basically like, there's another promised land. It's much closer. We don't have to go that far. We're kind of dying right now, and God said, it's okay. You guys did enough. My bad.
Convenient promised lands are convenient.
Right. So most of the caravan decided to go with it, but not Royce Oatman. He believed in Brewster's original prophecy, perhaps out of spite for Brewster. The Oatmans decided to continue with the original plan, which
I like
was
that spite move. Like, I hate you. You were always right.
Yeah. Well, no, you said we're doing it this way. We're going that way. Like, I've done that. Like, Gabby and I were fighting the other day in the car because I had made the wrong turn, and she's like, take that one. And I was just like, I'm taking it. She's go, oh, actually that one. I go, no, you said this one. I'm doing it.
I'm just imagining you driving the wrong way on the LIE.
Yeah.
No, we're going this way.
Yeah, you're like you're like mowing through like bridge out barricades and shit like that. Like,
You said this way. Yeah, that's pretty much how I handled it. So either way.
Crazy taxi.
Where was I? So the Oatmans, they were going to go with the original plan, which was, of course, an awkward goodbye, as they both had to be on the same trail for another 3 weeks. So,
it's one of those, yeah.
Hey,
Bye.
chick.
Oh, we parked next to each other, but we said goodbye after we left the Chinese food place.
right, that for 3 weeks.
Imagine breaking up with someone and then having a plane ride, but you're like next to them.
Oh,
That's the best.
You're breaking up with me in Australia?
Yes.
Oh, God. We have to fly back to Detroit together. I'm staying here. I'm going to meet some dingoes.
oh shit.
Now, It was good to stick together because those greedy Apache Indians were attacking these pant-wearing shitheads left and right.
Oh, how dare they?
Yeah, right?
Dude, they had that old Navy money. They just needed to fucking get that old Navy cash. Get those half-off fucking flip-flops.
The Apaches at this point were warrior folks as they had been defending against white people and their perfect lawns for the better part of 200 years. Now, during this time, the Mexican government was paying white folk for Apache scalps.
Sheesh, really?
Yeah, so times were tense.
Fuck, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I always feel like people think, I mean, this is just because we come from we learn of the American history. It's like you think that the Native Americans were the only ones scalping people, but the U.S. government literally was like, oh, they doing it? I want they scalps too.
Yeah, well, that's how you sent a message because it's easier, you know. If you bring the proof of work instead of the actual brick of gold, it's a lot of time-saving effort. Excuse me, I had a burp there, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I always keep my shrimp tails. So when someone says, "Did you eat that much shrimp?" and I go, "Check out this."
Oh, it's proof of shrimp.
Well, you know, like back in the day, it used to be like, back in medieval times, it was bring me his head. Or like back in the day of Jesus, they put him on a stick. Let me see he's dead.
Or with Leopold, it was bring me the right hand.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets getting smaller. So by the time we're killing each other in the 1850s, just give me the tip of his head. You don't need to bring all that bit of body with you.
Right. Now, when you go on Tinder, it's like, show me your venereal disease.
Yeah, give me
How
a
many
list.
dicks you been with? How many vaginas have you plugged?
I don't know if that was... I don't know if that's really lining up with what I was saying, but it is true.
It's a badge of honor.
Badge of honor.
Badge of honor?
Vag of honor?
Vag of honor. Medal of vag.
Now,
Rising sun.
back to the Oatmans. Royce took records of every encounter with Apache. Most of them were peaceful and boring, but Royce also noted they were being followed by Apache.
Ooh, that's creepy.
They weren't as sneaky as they thought, okay? We can see you.
Oh, hey there.
Now, October 9th, 1850, the group split in twain. Brewster and his buddies went to Santa Fe to get his mail, and Royce, acting as leader of the unnamed group, led his group through a shortcut through southern New Mexico.
Santa Fe sounds nice.
It sounds like a spice taco flavor.
I've never been there, but it just sounds like a nice place.
It does.
Apparently, it's very pricey to live in Santa Fe.
Sounds like it would be.
It's an old place. Like, you know, he was actually going there to get his mail. Like, that's how this shit worked.
Really?
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, send my mail to that city. I'll pick it up. So, just not to tie any loose ends, because I hate doing that. After Brewster got to Santa Fe, he brought some property close by, and they had a settlement called Colonia.
Oh,
That's boring. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's the Church of Christ.
Were you guys like me, where you used to get a lot of cologne when you were a kid? They just like assumed like a 7-year-old uses cologne.
Get Axe body spray.
No.
I remember I had like Michael Jordan cologne and shit. My uncle was
never
like,
had
"You're
that
gonna
shit.
need this. Trust me. You're gonna need this."
Hey, he's looking out for you.
You know, maybe it was the cover of my feet smell.
Yeah, when they say Mike, is it smell like Mike? Is that what they're going for?
I hope so. He's good at basketball.
great at
It smelled like Bugs Brunny.
Or the thick one or the skinny one?
Oh, thick.
The Chungus.
Chungus.
Royce's group, on the other hand, was doing terrible within a week. Running out of food, bumping into hostile natives who stole their livestock. By November, the snow started to fuck up the momentum that the caravan had. Then the consumption found its way into the group, and the bananas started to peel.
And the consumption being was typhoid, right?
TB,
that's,
TB, tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis.
Is that from being cold?
Yeah. No, it's from
Fuck you
shitty
on.
water.
Oh.
You get it in your body, and you pretty much shit yourself to death.
That's the reason why ass to mouth is such a lucrative business in the porn industry, because it's so dangerous.
Hazard pay.
Really? Is that
Hazard
dangerous?
It's very dangerous.
I love
Yeah.
acid. So,
I am your cousin.
don't put that on live air.
All right. So make
He's like, you
Make that part
no,
louder.
Cut that out.
that the loudest part of the show. Now, the travelers then made it to Santa Cruz, a walled-off, drought-plagued city that had just been fucked up by some Apaches a few days before.
Mm.
They made one more stop at Maricopa Wells, where most of the group decided to settle. Royce wanted to keep going. The locals told him about the road ahead being a place of certain death. Between how barren it was and how aggressive the natives were, the Sonoran Desert would be a death sentence. So he had all the warnings.
Well, you know what? These natives are going to be so good because Jesus told me. I spoke to God originally. He was like, yo, you guys got a hall pass.
I don't know. Like, maybe I would have believed Brewster too, but after, like, Brian and Sally get scalped, I'm like, which one of you guys is talking to God?
The partially decapitated one, yeah.
Yeah, no, he still says it's still good.
So, what Royce does is he doubles down and decides that the Rio Grande is a farce and that the only way to make it big was to mine for gold in California. So now he's just like, that whole thing I had with Brewster, fuck where he said to, I'm going even further now. We're going all the way to California.
He's ahead of the game.
We're taking a right. We're going, what direction are we going? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Until we hit the ocean.
Now his 7 kids, and his wife, who is 8 months pregnant, they set out for sunny California to go make it in the city of failure.
I'm jealous.
Hey, Tom, so is 8 months pregnant? Are we talking about a little baby Olive in there?
8 months? That's, no, Olive is 13.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know she was alive.
Yeah,
I fucked up.
I said that several times, possibly twice.
Yeah.
I actually...
Don't worry. Maybe a little baby Olive still.
Right. Maybe Olive.
Yeah.
About 90 miles east of Yuma, Arizona, the Oatmans, they were pretty bad shape. They were gone. Remember, these people were only going like 15, 20 miles a day.
Oh, so slow.
So 90 miles from the closest United States Army base, that is, you're looking at a 6-day run.
Oh.
So the horses were all dead. The cattle were hungry, so they couldn't pull any carriages.
Sheesh.
So it turned into a hike. Royce was warned by a traveler who was coming the other way that he saw some really nasty savages ahead. And he said, you guys better turn around because you're going to die.
Life
And Royce
crazy.
was like, what are you talking about? I speak the language of God. Of course, this was possibly a lie, but it doesn't matter. Royce was the kind of guy he just had to keep going. Shortly after.
What is the voice of God, though? What does that sound like? Is it like
Back then, it was all
Morgan
that.
Freeman?
Is it like
Morgan
this?
Freeman.
Yeah, it could be like that. I think
It's the voice inside your head. That's what he thinks it probably is. You think?
it could be. I mean, like, think about it. If God's lying to him this much and he wants him this dead, he could very well be a Native American. And he's like, God, how, I got to get over these mountains. Tell me how. And he goes, how? And it's like, what do you want us to do? We're going to figure it out. Shortly after, Lorenzo, Olive's older brother, spotted some natives approaching. 19 men came to the family camp and asked for some tobacco. They would.
Yo, let me bum a bug.
Fucking would.
I like this because it's like the old timey equivalent of your neighbor like knocking on your door for a cup of sugar, but it's now just like you got a pocket full of tobacco for me.
Well, it's more like the modern day equivalent of being in a trailer park, and another trailer park has up and moved, and on their way they go, "Let me have a cigarette."
Yeah, yo, let me get it.
Cody, I think you phrased it too nicely, especially when you see where this is going.
I'm excited.
Royce obliged and talked to the men for quite some time. Then the natives asked for some food. Yo, let me get a bite of that. Oh, no way. Royce declined. He was like,
Fucking starving.
yeah, guys, I have a family here, and we barely have any food, so I'm afraid not. This is when the men started getting testy. As the Oatmans were leaving the campsite, the men drew some knives and clubs, attacking Lorenzo and Royce first. They then continued to slaughter the rest of the family, with the exception of Olive and Marianne. Olive passed out and woke up with the men ransacking all their shit. The next 4 days, the men marched the two sisters across the desert, barefoot, until they reached their destination. They would
I
only
feel like people pay to have this done nowadays.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
some like San Francisco retreat. Like we're going to Nevada, and some guy's gonna club us over the head, and they're gonna take our shoes. Yeah, we're gonna get in touch with Earth and ourselves.
So therapeutic.
Yeah, it's an escape room without the fucking room.
It's like when you have given up on anything at all, and you you just want to die. You do this.
And you know what? Like afterwards, after this event, after this experience, maybe we'll get a face tattoo because I work in big tech, and they don't discriminate.
They don't.
Can't.
They
is
would
true.
only stop for 1 hour a night as to avoid any white redemption by the U.S. government. Whenever the girls would pass out from the exhaustion, the men would beat them up and get them moving again.
Damn.
Oh,
Pretty rude, right?
Wake up.
That's not nice.
no.
Yep. Now, it turns out that these rude men were of the Yavapai tribe and took Olive and Marianne to their tribe, which was modern-day Congress, Arizona. When the men returned with Oatman bounty, the tribe celebrated and spat on the white women. They were now slaves.
Sheesh.
Not for human consumption. Tell us about Congress, Arizona. Do they have slaves?
Yeah, what's it like over there?
I'm curious.
It's probably just meth, right? Let's be real.
Do you guys have air conditioners? Turn of
Necessity.
events. Olive and Marianne's brother, Lorenzo, was in fact not dead, or perma-dead, to be clear.
Wait.
He respawned and checked out the site of the attack. When he realized that his sister's bodies were not there, he came to the correct conclusion that the white women were stolen. Now he mustered up the strength to make it back to Maricopa Wells. He passed out along the way and was found by a couple of happy natives who escorted him the rest of the way.
You mean,
Wow. You finally
you mean
found him.
you mean like the dumb ones? They're like, these white people won't kill us eventually and put us in small cages.
Well, I'm going to touch on that later, Travis. And
Okay.
my goodness, there's a lot of white guilt coming up for all you, idiots.
I'm a big fan. I want to see like the Barnum and Bailey of white guilt. Like a bunch of white people show up in like a big tent and they just talk about all their guilt.
That would be fun. I get to pull the Jew card, so I get to walk in and I get to sit in the seats. While
Well, you
guys.
get to put in a special area. They
Yeah.
because this is white guilt, because you're special, you get to put it in with a special area where you can wash up because you're Jewish.
right.
There's
I
a
can
special section.
I own the bank, so they have to be nice to me.
Huh.
Yeah, where the hell was that? Oh yeah, he was then taken to Fort Yuma to report the incident. Olive and Marianne spent the next year with the Yavapai, getting shit on and abused.
Jeez.
It turns out that the Yavapai were usually pretty all right to deal with. They stayed to themselves and weren't into attacking and pillaging these wandering whites. They were dealing with a terrible drought at the time of this event, and they were extremely desperate when the Oatmans came through. So this wasn't a regular thing for the old Yavapai, okay? So you don't need to talk shit about them. Yeah, they had a bad night. Yeah, they killed a family of 9. Yeah, they stole a couple white women.
Oh,
Are we going to send them to jail? No. I say, historically, we should Brock Turner them. Okay,
The
let
headshot
them
back
out for spring break again. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Slap on the wrist.
Yep.
I wish there was like a Wild West Seinfeld, and you could just end someone getting scalped, and it's like Jerry.
wow.
Now, also because of this is important to note because they were not the type of natives to steal people. When Olive and Marianne were reported missing, they were like, "Well, it's not the Yavapai. They don't steal people, but they do
Wow.
apparently. They do a little bit. It's not all natives. Okay."
I've stolen pornography once. That was the only time I stole.
Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
awesome?
Yeah, it was so good.
Would you steal a car? You wouldn't steal a car, right?
I'd probably steal a car if there was porn in it.
I'd download a car.
Yeah.
I'd probably steal. I mean, I was just saying, porn is the only thing that you should be able to download and get and steal.
Yeah.
Not a car.
No.
But either way,
I mean, if it's free.
now the Yavapai had their very own white women interns, which they got to beat up year round. And towards the end of their time there, the girls had adopted enough of the language so the tribe's people lightened up on them. Less beatings, a little more water, even gratuitous small talk about big weather, little cloud.
Okay.
Oh, big weather. Ah, big cloud.
Yeah, that's probably one of my most clever racist jokes ever. Now, at the end of the year with the Yavapai, the girls were traded to the Mojave peoples.
Uh-oh.
Those are the ones that build shit, right? The Mojave?
The Mojaves are cool. Okay, that's what we're getting into.
Well, no, the Mojaves, those are the ones that have like the Pablos.
The Pueblos?
Pueblos in the side of the.
I thought those
cliffs?
were just the Pueblo people. Isn't that like, aren't they named after the Mojaves? They built huts. They built Pueblos.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe some of them learned some Pueblos as well.
Pueblo.
I don't think us as white guys are saying that word correctly.
Pueblo Poppy. That's what they used to call me. House dad.
Yeah, they called me Cabron. That's my nickname, Cabron.
Fetch me a tortilla, please. I would like to have a sandwich.
What's the name for your order? Oh, my name is Cabron. I'll have extra guacamole on my burrito, please.
Oh, I'm so hungry now.
Yeah, ma'am. We're getting Taco Bell later.
Oh, fuck yeah.
At the end of the year, oh no, they were playing with the. All right, where the hell was I? So the Mojave. These tribes traded with each other every autumn and spring. In 1851, the Mojave reps showed up and they took an interest to the girls. The girls wanted to trade because they still weren't very happy with the Yavapai, with all the shitting and spitting on. And they figured, these guys are probably less of dickheads. Let's push for the trade the best we can. So the Mojaves, they left, but then they came back in the spring and they were traded for 2 horses, some blankets, and some beads. This is standard Native American currency. No jokes here.
I would be honored if that's how much someone traded me for. I don't know. Personally, a horse is an expensive thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
You're talking
white
about like
women would be traded for a horse.
for one
Beans
horse.
too.
I think, yeah.
You're talking
I don't
about
think my
race
life
horses.
is-
You're talking about a race horse.
Yeah, but I don't think my life is even a dirt horse, like one that grows up in dirt. That's like maybe even like 200,000. You had to pay it. You had to.
No, you want a
feed
city
it
horse?
Something. Yeah, I'm not talking about Seabiscuit here. I know I'm not a Seabiscuit, but if someone traded like a horse and
You
a
want a
few
city
like
horse.
Pendleton blankets, man, I'm worth a lot, dude.
Don't
Dude,
forget
that-
the beans.
Feels good, man. A couple blankets. I mean, you know how much those airlines charge for blankets? Oh,
Pretty fucked up.
yeah.
Dude, my net worth is not that much, so these ladies are fucking part of the 1% right now.
Well, yeah. Yeah, they
Wow.
are.
Okay.
So the girls then made the 10-day walk to their new home with the Mojave.
Oh, sounds miserable.
Yeah, 10-day walk.
Shit.
Probably in great shape after.
Can't sketch there.
Probably. And it's probably beautiful mountains, area.
Yeah, it was. The new
I mean, again,
It's probably like a
people pay for
highway
that
now.
shit.
Yeah, they love being tortured. Their new home was quite an upgrade. The Mojave people were nice to them, and they even gave them their own hut and blankets.
sheesh.
Oh.
They even had a welcome festival where the natives served American cheese singles and Capri Suns in honor of the white folk.
I
way.
got excited for a second.
They had that back
Fuck
then?
you.
Cody,
Capri Suns,
I'm
you're fucking old,
I'm
man.
imagining if like you and Mike started like a tribe, that would be your like wampum or
That was
whatever.
breakfast
Like
right
your
there.
currency would be like Hot Pockets,
Capri
Free
Suns
Sun,
and
and
singles.
Kraft Singles.
You can
Like,
just eat a
name our
whole
tribe.
stack of singles right there. We're called the Singles Tribe.
Singles, hot singles in your area,
Yeah.
Hot
That's
singles.
the
I
name
like
of the
that.
tribe. Yeah.
dude. I see your tribe all the time when I'm on the internet.
So yeah, check us out. My Venmo, Mike69420.
Yeah, for some reason I'm in Oregon, but it still says that there's hot singles in Greenlawn that are ready for me.
Oh.
You need a new computer.
Or they're still looking for you over here, Travis.
Where's that big man cake who does talking with 3 other men? Now, the Mojaves were a strange case compared to the other natives of the region. They greeted white people warmly, but stayed on guard, and only exhibited violent retaliation if called for. They fucked with trappers because, they're not very nice. And,
Yeah, fuck the French.
yeah, they were overall
Yeah.
pretty nice people, these Mojaves. Their intention behind trading for Olive and Marianne was to be used as leverage against troops from Fort Yuma, who had once or twice kind of given them some trouble. You see, Yuma had a nasty habit of wiping out entire native villages. So they figured if they had these white women, they'd be able to compromise if something got really bad. But they didn't really intend to do anything to them.
I mean, it's like movies and shit about Yuma being bad.
Yeah, yes, it is. It's a bad place. It's miserable, dusty, and God.
Right. I mean, like, I feel like, so like there's a lot of Westerns out there, right? And like Yuma, I feel like gets a bad name. But like there's also a lot of ships about boats. Or a lot of movies about boats. Right?
Yeah, Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Titanic is probably one of the meaner boats out there. But then you think about the Jaws boat, it blew up a shark.
A beautiful shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful shark. You think about what
Ghost
other
Ship.
boat movies are there?
Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship. That boat could be invisible. I don't know where I'm going
Pirates
with
of the
this.
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny
Johnny
Depp
Depp.
lives on a boat.
The
That's
Flying
incredible.
Dutchman. The Black Pearl.
I'm trying
Davy
to relate
Jones'
back
Locker.
to the Westerns.
You're not. So what's going on?
you sail
guys
the
wanna
Yuma?
Keep going. You want to talk
I-
about more boats?
I
I'll
love
be-
helping Travis
Is there any water there?
Like tangent.
I'm just saying, like, maybe we should start a boat podcast.
We
Like,
should,
How do you like care for your boat if you want to be in the movies?
Mike, you lived on a boat, right?
Yeah,
It's cool, right?
it's pretty wavy.
Yeah.
Wait, you were in a houseboat, dog?
Yeah, that's fucking born and raised.
Oh,
Yeah,
This is why you got water on the brain. They say.
yeah, that's how I was born. I was born on a boat. It was kind of
you're
rocky.
supposed to have water. You're supposed to have water on the knee. That's what I
on
learned.
knees.
Yeah,
That's true.
Operation.
I gotta try that later.
Try it later.
Yeah.
So Olive and
Yeah.
Mary enjoyed their time at the Mojaves. They ate well. They spent their free time swimming. Unlike being slaves, they became equals to the Mojave women, foraging, farming, cooking, doing arts and crafts, all that good Mojave stuff.
Sounds fun.
Now, the Mojave liked to fuck,
Oh,
and they did not like gender norms, in fact. So this would be an egregious take on a month celebrating women, so we'll skim through this real quick. If a guy wanted to pick berries like a sissy, they said, sure, why not?
yeah.
If he wanted to sew buttons and fuck other men, that was fine. We're Mojave. You could do whatever you want.
Hey,
Sounds
sounds like a
great.
chill place.
Yeah, this is a good place. No, I just tease. I'm kidding about all that stuff. You know, Olive was 15 and she was ready to start doing sex with her peers. Now, I'm not going to get into this anymore because I'm not a pervert.
Okay.
But I'm just
I thought you were
painting a
in an
picture
envelope.
here that she started exploring because that's what the normal Mojaves did at the time.
Well, Tom, we do a history show. If anyone at home is weirded out by 16-year-olds fucking, for the most part of history, that was old.
Not
Yeah,
saying
that's
it should
true.
be normalized. but
Unfortunately-
Don't be surprised.
No, yeah, that's not how it operates today. But like in the past, we're
Didn't live
past
long.
this. But that was a joke we made on like episode like 20. But
Yeah.
like now it's like, all right, like nothing to say here. 16 in the fucking 1800s.
The more we cover history, the more dumb we get because just like this keeps happening. Oh, I get it. I'm having a midlife crisis. I want to play Fortnite. What is this?
Dude, I'm an
I don't know.
I am the Apex legend.
I want to shave my head.
Dude, I'm gonna shit. You want to shit?
Yeah, we
Is
should.
that a video game,
Yeah,
Mike?
let's do that.
Yeah.
I want to
Dude,
shave your head
Shave
so
Mike's
bad.
head, the video game.
Can I get like a cool ass haircut?
Dude, let's do that. Let's get the chops really big. Let's just do
Or growing
big
beard
S.
out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
That'd be
do
awesome.
the Johnny Sins impersonation.
Oh!
Oh, Halloween.
Yeah, dude.
Astronaut suit.
hmm
Mike, I feel like you have the facial bone structure to be a Johnny Sins lookalike.
Dude.
Well, do you
Yeah,
have the
thank you.
real
That's a
bone
compliment.
structure?
Yeah. Well, he's a
You
perfect
have
man.
the bone structure that matters, Mike. Mike,
Thank
that's
you.
what I'm saying.
I got like an acorn.
Oh, okay.
On
So
a patch of
Okay, thank you. Well, as I mentioned in the
In-
story,
in my-
that there
in
was
my
too much
car, I keep my
information.
car
Don't,
nice and
no,
smelly
we're done.
nice.
We're moving on, Mike.
Yeah,
Right.
moving on.
No, we're
No
not.
more tangents like this. Now comes the chin tattoo.
Oh,
guys,
chin
guys,
tattoos.
guys.
I need that.
This is important. Mojave
So-
ladies, they had these to tell each other apart after they died in the afterlife. So no tattoo, why not come your tattoo? Get a face tattoo on your face
Sick.
so I can see who you are. That was the I don't know. I can't. I'm not saying.
That was the trend at the time.
Look, you want to
So
have a face
she's
tattoo?
gonna-
You want to have a face tattoo? Serious. Fine. Go with it. Don't tell me that it's so you can recognize yourself.
If I had a lot
In
of
the
money,
afterlife.
I'd do it. If you got a face tattoo.
Yeah, it's fine. If
Like
you just,
30 grand.
30.
Yeah.
if you just want to be an idiot and get an ice cream on your face and go, why'd you get that? Because I like ice cream. That's a better reason than I need it for the afterlife.
Are you shaming Gucci Mane right now?
I'm not. I'm saying he
He's
has a better reason than the
beautiful,
Mojave.
beautiful man.
I'm saying he's
I'm
really
just
good.
saying we're dealing with the first suicide. Well, this is a culture. So these women, there was Mojave women, are the first suicide girls, and the men. Do they have face tattoos?
Yeah, they had him too, but
So basically, we have a bunch of Post Malones and suicide girls living together.
We got
It's stick and poke, right?
Pre Malones.
Pre Malones, what'd you say?
They're
Mike?
stick and poke tattoos.
Yeah, well, they're a little worse than that actually. The stick and poke is the Japanese style,
Pelican
and
bone.
And South Pacific, right?
yeah, South Pacific. This was more crude, so we'll talk about that. In a second.
Oh,
Yeah, how'd she get them face tats?
Right. So I just want to say this. Later in her life, she hints to not being into the whole face tattoo thing, but the tribal elders who had started dialogue with many white people, this is not the first one they saw, and many's after her, they said no one's ever forced to get any tattoo.
Oh,
So,
so there's a choice.
Yeah,
yes.
you kind of got to stay still for those, which is voluntary.
Mhm. So to do one of these tattoos, you got to make a lot of pinpricks in the area that you want to do the tattoo first. So basically, you do like a blank, right?
Okay.
Oh.
You poke all blank style, and then there's some natural ink that's made from some rocks or shit. Then they pick pins in there again with that on it,
Push it in.
and this takes a
Ugh.
while to heal. And it's a terrible few days afterwards. In fact, she wasn't able to eat for 3 days after getting it.
Jesus Christ!
So, guys, I'm stupid. I didn't prep anything to show you what she looked like. So why don't you go ahead now and
Goggle it.
Google yourself Olive Oatman, standard spelling.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this lady. She's
Yeah.
fucking hot as hell. That is basically a runway for the mouth.
Yeah, that's I
You said these
Yeah.
Mojave were very
Good.
liberal.
It's
They were very liberal.
so
I'm
for
gonna
those,
face fuck him.
so for those of you who are listening at home, it is 5 stripes down her chin, and then 4 spikes on the outside stripes. So she's like
Like
a
a Thanos
K-Swiss.
chin.
Yeah, a Thanos. I seen that character online before. I
That's all
thought
it
he
needs.
was the Pepto-Bismol spokesman.
She's cute.
Doesn't he have a large glove or something? He's like Danny Glover.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I realized after Googling this, I'm a huge racist because I thought this was an Eskimo type tattoo for the longest time.
Thought
Welcome to
wrong,
the club.
Cody.
I'm a racist. There you go.
Well, I gotta say, PNW artwork and like Eskimo shit.
Yeah,
Fucking
shit is
sick
sick.
looking dog.
It is.
Can you take me to see some of that shit when I
Yeah, dude.
visit you?
Yeah.
Right. Now, 3 years later, in 1854, Lieutenant Emil Weeks Whipple was ordered to map out. That's right.
Yeah.
Map out a way from the Mississippi River to the Pacific. He took 100 men and began a peaceful surveillance of the Southwest. What do you know? They didn't find no white women. The white women found them, though.
Oh.
And since Whipple's party was the peaceful sort, the Mojave embraced them. They liked their arrival. They started trading goods with them for many a moon. Their trades were all conducted at the white person camp. Olive and Marianne decided not to let them know they were there, even though there was the option. So Bing Bong, turns out that Olive and Mary didn't want to be found.
Interesting.
They want to hang out with
Oh.
their new native family.
Oh.
Well, you
So-
know what? I mean, who doesn't want to get a job and get a face tattoo?
That is so true.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Who
it
doesn't
makes,
want Stockholm syndrome?
it makes sense. Like, I've been living with these really cool Mojaves. We have a lot of sex. We swim in rivers. I come up from a Mormon family, so this is much better. And it was probably because they knew the white men would judge them for having face tattoos, like the hiring managers at Bass Pro Shops.
That's very true.
Yes.
This man came in for an interview. He's not wearing a polo shirt. I'm not hiring him. No, but Cody,
Wow.
real talk though. It's interesting because you're like Stockholm syndrome. So
Yeah.
we've all heard of, and maybe one day we can find someone to roast from Jamestown, which was a famous settlement, one of the first settlements in America, where everyone disappeared. Right?
Yeah.
Came over to Jamestown, and we're like, poof, all the white people are gone. So there was a big thing, like one of the theories of where they went was like, they realized how shit their life was in England. And they're like, look at these native people. Like, they're actually having a good time. They're eating fucking corn.
Yeah.
They're
sexy.
I want to listen to corn, fuck people,
Yeah.
and have a good time. So, like, are these women having Stockholm syndrome? Like, maybe not. Maybe they're just like, dude, I grew up in this weird fucking culty Brewster, like, Christian, don't touch your clit because Satan yells at you. And then she goes to this Mojave place and she's like, oh, everyone could just put their dicks in each other and like put my vagina in a corn.
I would still argue that could be classified as Stockholm, even though
No.
they realize Stockholm is in my unexpert mind's eye. I classify Stockholm as like a sympathization with your captors.
Yes, but if they're capturing you from something that's Patty Hearst, okay? That is there are many situations where like someone's kidnapped and they're put in terrible situations, but at the end of the day they go, "Oh, I wasn't so bad. You don't send them to jail, you know." This is different. This is okay, check this out. One Native American peoples murdered their family, okay? Now the Mojave, who have no connection to the Yavapai, go, we'll take those white girls off your hand and we'll show them a good time.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not the kidnappers here. They actually saved them, and then they showed them a better life than Royce Oatman could ever show them. Because Royce Oatman's a prick.
Yeah, Royce Oatman's like, we're going to California because God told me to get gold.
Right. And Olive Oatman is sitting next to her sister in a carriage for miles and days and months and just going, the good Lord said I gotta do it.
Yeah, now she's getting DP'd by tan, hot men.
Yeah. Like these people weren't even making her work. Like if they're like, I don't feel like doing anything today, they'd be like, yeah, that's cool, man. You're one of us. We don't, sometimes we have days off. Like that's much better than hanging out with Royce
Okay.
Oatman.
Yeah, doing weird
I'm
religious
getting
shit.
convinced. I'm
Okay,
getting
cool.
convinced.
All right. Well,
Dude,
you know,
if I
I'd be there.
was a dum dum that was all like Christian in the Wild West and I got fucked, I mean, obviously they'd want my body first.
right.
Yeah.
And they could
Of
have my
course.
body. But like I'd turn Native American in a second.
Yeah, me
Dude.
too.
If they'll have me.
Oh, yeah. What's-
Yeah.
What do you mean? You'll turn Native American like you're a fucking chameleon, and you're just like, brown, please.
No, but I'd embrace their culture.
I can visualize.
Right. Like you mentioned before at the beginning of the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Just
Manifest
imagine
it.
yourself doing it and then bam.
That's
You're-
called a callback, Mike. Good job.
You're Rachel Dolezal.
Who the hell is that?
She's the woman who thought she was black. And very recently. Did
Hey.
you see that one?
No, but
Very fun. She's a good lady.
in her own world, she probably thinks that.
Gabby, Google Rachel I think it's Dolezal or Dolezal. Oh, there it is. Wait.
Are you using Gabby as our Jimmy or our Jamie?
Yeah, kind of. So this is a white woman who helped what was it? NAACP? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was like the regional Spokane head of the
Oh wow.
NAACP, which I forget what it stands for. It's all, just like Black Initiative stuff. It's like, that's fine. But your leader's a white person. That's weird. So how do we got that slipped through the cracks?
Whoa. Everything's sus in this world, man. Shit.
What's that? Oh, those are her parents. Her
Everything is
parents look
sus.
like Royce Oatman and Marianne Oatman.
Shit.
Gabby,
Wow.
can I have a beer, please? And then we'll continue here.
I'm drinking a very spicy Bloody Mary right
Can you
now.
show that off? I feel like, oh my
that
god,
looks good.
It's very spicy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want to
that's
start.
great, man.
This is some Portland juice.
Ooh,
Ooh, God, Travis.
I go for a fucking Mountain Dew.
I'm using beluga with it, so I can't even taste
Huh?
it at all. Might even
Okay.
put a little more
Pretzels,
in there.
pretzels, and goddamn
Thanks, though.
Bloody Marys are king.
All right. Well,
I've
sorry, Cody. What were we saying there?
nothing fucking important, champ.
All right. Well, Zwick, leave all that in. That was very charming. That was a little image of us, wasn't it? Now, just having a
A
conversation.
little cinema verte.
Thing.
Little
Karite?
snippet of
Right.
life.
So
Verde.
now, as it goes, the Mojave gave Whipple the okay to run the road near their territory, and he said they were told that they could bring more white people so they could trade. So, oh boy, was that a mistake. Mojave is very nice, not very good at fortune telling. Which, if you had that in your head, stop. In 1855, the Mojave area went through a serious drought. A nice bunch of these Mojaves starved to death, and they started searching for food, and that didn't even go very well. So Marianne, who never really got over the whole trauma of her family incident, she grew weak and died from malnutrition.
Damn.
She was
That's a
buried
bad
near
way to go.
yeah, she was buried near Olive's garden. It's I didn't even realize that that was
No,
the joke.
you can't lie. You can't lie and say that wasn't a.
That was
you
good
tried. That was
I-
a try.
What, does that
I
look
have-
like I did that? Wouldn't I have capitalized the G? You know how I do humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That town's
I'm
full of
just
shit.
saying, I have never hooked up with anyone named Olive, but if I was gonna go eat out some chick named Olive, I'd be like, time to go to Olive Garden.
Wait, think about Popeye. You gotta get Olive Garden.
Oh, Olive Garden.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you're like a bunch of endless breadsticks.
I'd go for some breadsticks right now.
She was very skinny. All right. Now, Olive was under the impression that she lost the last of the Oatmans. She was also in pretty bad shape, as the whole tribe was.
Yeah.
The chief's daughter, Espineu, who considered Olive to be her stepdaughter, gave Olive some reserve cornmeal that most certainly saved her life during this period. Over in San Francisco, city of shit, Lorenzo Oatman, who Olive believed to be dead, was writing angry letters to the government and Fort Yuma about their poor handling of the missing sister situation. The post commander at Yuma, Francisco, would read the letters and not reply. One day, a native. What do you want, Travis?
I thought he would be like setting up the first experience, right? Like, this is what I lived through. This is the real trip, the Brewster experience. We're gonna take our shoes off. We're not going to travel as far. We're going to go down to the beach where there's sea lions, and we're going to take our shoes off. And every third woman will be abducted by our professionally certified male man.
I.e. Temple
He's
Guard.
temple guard.
Oh no!
And she will be thrown into the sea lion pit where she can get cuddles and pets and feel accepted within the community.
Right. Okay, good. This is good stuff. It's progress. This is how you make progress. Okay, so we got the post commander at Fort Yuma named Commander Francisco would read the letters and not reply. One day, a native who was friends with the soldiers at Yuma said he knew where the white women were at. So the post commander decided to spring to action and save these white women. Very daring.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Commander
I also
Francisco.
like that Blazing Saddles reference right there, Tom.
Well, I have. Shout out to Jews writing very funny comedy. Is it edgy? I don't know. I was born with it. All right. Commander Francisco went to the Mojave peoples and asked for Olive. Olive happened to be out eating bark or rubbing rocks when Francisco came by to speak with Espineo. The two negotiated over the course of several days, and eventually, in fear of violent retaliation, Espineo said they could take the girl in exchange for, any guesses?
Another girl?
Let's say closer.
a blanket and
Another girl?
beans.
One more thing, Cody.
Livestock.
More white
What's
women.
Horse.
A horse.
Horse.
Okay, yeah.
Horse.
Fuck.
It's
Dude.
always a horse, a blanket, and some beads. You could buy Manhattan.
What
You
kind
more
of
girls? You didn't get more girls?
It always is just some beads.
What kind of
No,
beans?
some-
they didn't
like
get more
there's
girls.
some beans out there that go for like $15 like a bean.
No,
Dude, I'm-
beads. They're beads.
Beads. Oh, that makes it less funny.
Yeah, magic
'Cause I
beans,
heard
no way.
beans. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just saying anal beads are kind of expensive if you get good ones.
Anal beans?
True.
Anal baked beans.
Yeah, Bush's anal baked beans.
No,
I'm thinking about those.
that's the wrong bush.
Those are
Not
so
that
good.
bush.
Yeah, not that Bush. We're gonna get a funnel out. We're gonna fucking pump them beans in there. What up?
Some beans and some hot dogs.
So here's where the story gets downright unreliable. Sometimes the story was told by Olive as the U.S. government saving her from a bunch of stinky savages. And other times she confesses to crying upon even hearing the Mojave because she misses them so much. She was taken from her home. Oh, the white
Oh,
woman.
no.
Dilly-dallying, flip-flopping, social
just-
chameleoning. Oh.
I'm just saying, who the fuck would want to go back to like 1900s American civilization?
Not me.
Just sounds terrible.
Yeah, sounds like shit.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, the party walks back to Yuma. It's a 10-day walk.
Fuck.
On the I can't look at that, Gabby. It's disgusting. Pulling up anal beans.
Oh
Hey,
wow.
don't-
Gabby.
Hell yeah.
Gabby.
That is crazy. You fit all that in.
Yeah, that is like that's
There's a lot of beans.
I wouldn't call that an anal bean. I would call that a timepiece.
Yeah.
You know when something is like, oh.
Oh, zeitgeist.
You know, like the abacus, like those old calculators, looks like one of those fucking rows.
Yeah, it looks like one of those for giants.
If you put enough beans in there and wait long enough, it turns into anal chili.
I like that.
He's like, oh hell yeah.
That's Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers' son. That's he doesn't do
Termite.
drugs. He just puts large amounts of produce in his ass to get off.
Bro, it's all about the microbiome and your gut biome, bro.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
god.
Guys, the song Under the Bridge could mean whatever you want it to.
Oh, no. Ugh.
Now, guys, hold on. We got to bring it back here. So the party started to walk back, 10 days to Yuma, yada, yada, yada. On the stretch home, Francisco had one of his men run ahead and get a white dress for Olive because she was dressed like a tree. So she gets to Yuma and immediately is interviewed by a captain there named Captain Burke. And they found that she kind of forgot what even an English was and how to make speak good.
Oh damn.
Burke
English
then...
is tough, dude.
It is sure is M. Burke then told her that Lorenzo was alive, which came as quite a shock. Lorenzo was in L.A. at this time, trying to get his vegan egg house off the ground.
Oh.
I just made that last part up.
I'm like, damn, head of the curve.
Yeah, way ahead of there. So,
Dude, micro houses are so behind the curve. You gotta get in the vegan egg houses, bruh.
Yeah,
So much better for the environment.
Jinx. Over
yeah,
the soda.
we mix up a bunch of shit and we shake it in a plastic Easter egg and microwave it.
You're so wasteful.
You basically just live in a pile of slime, but it's good for the environment.
It's true.
Olive
Future's
had,
weird.
Olive had to stay in Yuma for quite a while. And let me tell you, as Travis mentioned before, that place sucks. It's hot. It's overcrowded. There's nothing to do. The only women there were prostitutes. And I'm sure that they were great to talk to,
Yeah,
but they were always
character.
busy sucking penis.
Oh, that's true.
Now, her
It's
old,
funny those Pacific, Western counties. The prostitutes had all the money. They're
Yes.
just siphoning off all the men. Smart women.
Siphon. That's a good,
siphon.
good verb.
Siph.
Let me
funny enough,
siphon that dick.
funny enough, this was also how Native American women made a lot of money back then. This was most of the women there were Native American. They were Mojave. They were strong. They were doing Kegels.
Yeah.
Now
Kegels
Lorenzo,
are hot, man.
they make me hot. I'm very warm when I think about them. Lorenzo came and collected his white woman, and they moved to El Monte, California, where
nice.
Olive began her official reentry into society, the white society. As you could imagine, the press ate this story up, and wild speculation about Olive and Marianne, it just began to circumvent. What is that the word that they use in the show?
Well, did you see her face? She has lines on her face. Lines tell stories. They're timelines of trauma of the Native American savages. The trauma
The
That's a
trunk.
stretch.
It's like a tree trunk.
Right. So things were.
And she's
being-
like, nah, it wasn't fucking trauma. I was fucking blowing dudes. It was great. Had a good time.
I feel like there's peyote involved, and we're not being told the full story.
maybe
Dude,
I don't
you know there was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why not, man? I'm 16. I'm trying to live. So look,
How
She's-
old is she when she re-enters white society?
well, she was taken at 14, and then it was about 4.5 years later. So she is still under 20.
Okay.
And she's
Teenager.
chilling.
And
Right.
she moved to
But-
LA, became the first Suicide Girl.
Right.
Okay.
So things started to circulate in the press. Like they were both married to chiefs and partook in savage gangbangs and had mixed race children in the woods and put thermite in the base of the towers and all that stuff. You know, like just
Yeah, that does melt steel beams.
yeah. Now Olive, sorry.
I don't know where that came from, but I'm so glad the piggybacking happened relatively seamlessly. Like that's out of left field.
I actually
Go with
just,
it.
I just ruined it because
No,
let me
this is a
tell
good
you.
moment.
Let me tell you, the Alamo's walls would not crumble as fast as it would if there wasn't a propellant expedient thing in it.
why did that wall of the Alamo fall? We don't even know where that airplane came from. There wasn't even a flight departure from Boston. They keep saying planes. Was there even a plane at the Pentagon? Why is it a pentagon? Isn't Satan inside? Shouldn't it be a hexagon?
I didn't think about
Well, now it should be because there's 6 levels of military thanks to Space Force.
Yeah, so I just want to shout out real quick before we continue, total tangent, but thanks, TSA. Thanks for keeping us safe. Now, Olive did the correct, she did correct the press speculation with one interview she gave with the Sun newspaper. This publication was reprinted many times, and it's full of contradictions from the editor, and the narrative doesn't make any sense. It's most likely because Olive did have some things to hide about her Mojave friends, and the editors want to juice up the story. This ultimately led to a few crossed M's and a few dotted L's, if you catch my
Yeah,
drift.
good.
No matter, they were still able to describe the face tattoos, which made her a celebrity.
And there's photography too,
Yes.
Wow. So
which is
Wow.
like that's a new thing though.
Yeah.
You know, pretty crazy.
she's
She's cute, too.
influencer?
This just in, bitch got shit on her face.
You gonna call that cute, Mike?
Yeah,
I can see
she's-
that.
She's
She's
cute.
cute. Yeah, I mean, that's an older
cute.
picture. Yeah, she's a cute woman.
Yeah.
For Pioneer Days, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she's pioneer. You know, like back
She got
then,
character. I like that.
she's probably like a 9 for a pioneer, babe. You know,
yeah,
you
it's
gotta,
9.
like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
those
Yeah.
women were built like cutting boards. Okay, like they were pulling the wagon. Okay,
Well, here's Suzanne. Half her head got scalped, and she lost one eye thanks to a grizzly attack back in the Colorado. But I'd give her a solid 7.
she's getting on the cover of Vogue.
True.
Yo.
Can I get a few horses for her?
The best
how
I
about-
can do is a horse, a blanket, and
A couple
Some
of beans.
Lots of beans.
I am going. It's beads. God damn it! You're in the room with
beans?
me.
Oh, jeez.
I thought it was beans
Yeah.
too.
Those beans this whole time.
Guys, I'm congested a little bit. Sorry. It's beans. It's beans.
Oh, yeah.
What, are they making necklaces and shit?
It would be really funny if all of you were like different things. Like Cody was like bushes, beans. Travis was like bees, eyes, and you were like
Beans.
crabs.
Crabs.
Yeah.
Crabs.
Yeah, good,
What
good.
the fuck? What the? Okay. Lorenzo and Olive moved to, where the hell did they move? Phoenix, Arizona,
Oh, hell
Hey.
yeah.
Hey, guys.
Phoenix.
where she met a Methodist pastor named Royal B. Stratton. Oh.
Oh,
Wait, was that bean, or bee?
bees.
B
Beans?
as the alphabetical symbol.
Royal
Alphabetical?
beans.
So this
Yo.
guy's stunt because all these Baptists, they all have like stunts, right? Talk to snakes, talk to lizards. He opened his mouth and bees came out.
Yeah, he's the
Bees.
bees. He's B. Stratton. He Royal B. Stratton all over the place. I'm gonna shit bees into your goddamn toilet bowl. You're gonna have quite the surprise. Welcome
God
to Texas,
save,
bitch.
here
Yeah,
comes
watch out
the
for this guy.
bees.
That's God save the bees. Now Stratton was from New York, so this accent doesn't make any sense. He he knew how to talk
buddy.
fast, and he knew how to make a buck. Lorenzo liked the cut of the Stratton jib and asked him to write the story of the massacre and the captivity of his sisters. Stratton agreed to write the book, and unfortunately, Olive had very little to do with the writing of it. So the book was published with a very hard white supremacy, manifest destiny angle, taking every opportunity to really slander the savages.
Oh God.
Cody, that's what
Oh,
you
it's-
like, right? Manifest
it's-
destiny?
It's
that
the
word
phrase
again?
Mike used.
I
earlier.
didn't use that word. You guys used it. You guys were like, yeah, that's manifest destiny.
You would go to a manifest.
I don't know why you think you can backpedal when you're in front of a hot
I
mic.
never said that.
Dude, Zwick,
right.
play it right now.
You gotta manifest your own destiny. I have borderline schizophrenia.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah.
You're
in
ableist.
1857, the book was published and sold out within weeks. Americans truly loved this. Let's put it this way: if I said it wasn't true crime, you might have an argument against me.
So we're talking about like the first podcast.
Right. So here we go.
This is all new to me.
My favorite murder, talking about a family of 8 being slaughtered, or 9, excuse me, with one on the way.
Okay, so all right, it's gonna be like, fuck, guys. This is my cat. It's that Siamese cat. And did you guys know about this family of 8 that got murdered?
Oh
I
my
read
God.
it on Wikipedia.
That's like so many kids. Did they know about birth control?
No, back in the day, they didn't know anything about birth control.
What?
But like,
They didn't have condoms back then. It was crazy.
no, condoms. Like, one time I fucked a guy without a condom. It's so fun.
True crime
You're
is
a
so
fucking
crazy.
whore.
True crime is
Not true
good.
crime. It's true. That is most true crime podcasts. So let's continue.
Sure.
The book is published. True crime is on the rise.
Nice.
The top purchasers of the novel are, guess,
8.
White supremacists.
white women without face tattoos and too much diet soda.
Karens? What?
Yes, the money came in. Olivia and Lorenzo received their cut and were able to attend prep school at the University of Pacific in California. The school had some religious shit going on, and Olive wasn't able to leave campus or see dudes without permission. Just as they were. So that's got to be great. Like, 6 months ago, I was swimming topless
Yeah.
in a place where they don't care. They don't even know what a judgment is. They just eat berries. And here I am. I can't leave the property because I signed
This
up
is
for
wild.
school.
You're in college.
Because I'm privileged enough to sign up for school. This is exactly why I don't want to cancel student debt, because of women like her.
This is wild. It's like a rubber banding of like ultra conservative with ultra liberal.
How's your English?
Yes.
Well, that's why I'm thinking, see, backwards of Stockholm. It's just like, I can do things as a woman.
Right.
And then she comes back to like America and like the Western thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to knit. And when you're done knitting, there's some washing to do.
And breeding.
Right. Well, in this time in America,
Yeah, Mike.
this is when they started educating women. Now, they still didn't let them get very far in the workplace and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know why.
educating meaning like, you know, your ABCs.
No. They were able to go to colleges and stuff. And
Yeah, but it was still
and then
a
that
different
dropped off
college.
again. That totally dropped off again. And they would educate women, and they give them the same shit. Like they would know all the history, and they would know shit about. And that's why you do have some famous scientists like sneaking through the cracks and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like in America there was still a divide between what male education and female education was, even in the 19th century.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I'm not saying that
In
isn't the
America,
thing.
like you have people like Curie and shit like that in Europe, where like France didn't give a fuck. They were like, you have a penis, you have a vagina, don't matter, you got a brain.
Right, and like it's
like that.
2020 now. I think that the average
It's not
person goes
2020 now.
2022. We passed 2020 is what I meant.
Really? Oh, fuck, I missed that year.
Miss it, dude.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Miss it.
Shit.
Nah, yeah, who cares? At this point, just who cares? Like, why are we talking
Yeah.
about this shit anymore? It's like, just go to school, whatever.
Yeah.
Get
Go
your
on
job.
YouTube. You just Google, YouTube it, you know.
Google on YouTube. Yeah.
Just Google
That's
it.
all you need now.
Yep.
Fuck degrees.
Right.
Crash car.
So, look at us, 4 men talking about women's rights. This is a lot of fun, actually. This Happy Ladies Month. All right. As they were adjusting to their new school life, Stratton busted the door in, and he said that he had an idea to make some more money. Of course. Get some Bitcoin.
I love that. He just kicks in the door. I have an idea to make money. We sell doors as he's standing over a broken door.
We do this.
It's like
Now-
just like underhands a Shibu Inya at somebody. This is
There you
money.
go.
Right. So I'm sure that Lorenzo and Olive were more than happy to leave this crummy school and go make some New York dough with New York Stratton.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, from New York, they did a church tour shitting on natives in the major cities. They did this for a few months until Lorenzo realized that he was reliving a nightmare telling this story over and over again.
oh yeah. PTSD, free PTSD.
It's just like, I wonder why I never sleep.
Yeah, but it makes you money, though. So, like,
And when I do sleep, why I wake up screaming.
Yeah.
is he getting money out of it, though?
He's getting money, but like, keep in mind, this is in a time where you could just walk into the Gap and go, "Can I fold shirts for $40,000 a year?" And like, it's
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
Simpler times.
right.
I mean, he
Simple.
got the rough end of the stick. He didn't get the fucking hot
Oh.
men.
Actually, you know what? Let me backtrack a little here because I didn't get
Yeah.
into Lorenzo and what happened. Lorenzo was basically like poorly scalped and then thrown off of a cliff and somehow survived.
Jeez.
Yeah, okay. So
No,
yeah, this
no.
guy's like
What?
I don't want to think about this at all. My sisters had like Fantasy Island of the fucking 16th century.
Yeah, and I had
Or
a
19th
tomahawk
century.
sticking out of my head when I woke
Yeah.
up.
All right, Mike, imagine you're partially scalped. What
Yeah.
kind of headwear do you use to like mask
Cover
it?
it up.
Yeah. Do you go toupee or do you rock a beanie like you're doing right now? Or something silly like a
I let it rock. I just show it off.
you let it rock.
Yeah, but this is me. You gotta accept it.
Personally, I do a backwards Kangol.
Maybe a fedora.
Yeah.
I think maybe a little tippet. Like show it off and then put it back on.
I do a visor to keep the sun out of my eyes, but still stand
There
downwind
you
so
go.
I can flap around.
Yeah,
People feel
dude.
bad for you and they give you money.
Yeah, I want to look like a Vietnam vet who's like, I don't know, I don't know where I was going with that, but you understand. Either way, he ditched Stratton altogether by mid 1859. Oh, could you imagine 1959?
Ooh,
That
no.
would not be fun. Olive, on the other hand, she had smelled the money coming in, and she began giving her own lectures, talking shit about her once beloved native friends.
Sheesh.
Between the story of the face tattoo and the whole killings, people just wanted to hear her talk.
I like how you prioritized face tattoo over the loss of human life.
Well, I mean, they're almost identical.
Well, so she's on like the pro Native American side, and her
No.
brother's on the anti.
She flipped the
or no?
script.
No, so by the time she's doing these tours, she has to like stick to the book that Stratton wrote.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I think that I honestly think personally she was still into the Mojaves, but she got pretty badly stigmatized. So she leaned into the Stratton story, going, "Look, I didn't have sex with any Native Americans. They like,
right.
they're idiots. They're stupid. I was so glad to get out of there."
So she's like playing the narrative, much like Post Malone, who has face tattoos, and you know that he's a white man, but he raps.
Yeah, that's
Unfortunately.
weird.
Got to play
What?
the tail. Got to play the tune.
Yeah, exactly. So traveling by herself, she became a great salesman. She would tour in her lectures and she turned them into pitches. She would tell just the amount of story, but not the whole thing, so people would buy the book. She even made copies of her whole portraits. Pictures. I don't know why I just blanked on that.
I mean,
She would
that's-
sell her pictures autographed, and that was a big thing back then.
That's interesting.
Phot-
She's influencer.
Photography
She's
was new.
influencer.
Yeah, she totally
She
was.
is an influencer. I see
Photography
that.
was new, so having a photo was cool, and then
She's got a
having one
headshot.
signed by a freak like her was fantastic.
And now I can hang it in my house.
Right.
I can hang something in my house for once.
For once, it's not a goddamn cross.
Yeah, I can put some fucking new shit up. God damn.
It's like
Right.
it's like having an autographed fleshlight nowadays.
Whose autograph would be on that?
Mine.
John Hubert Sitz.
So, like, straight up, she did pull the 180 and was very public about shitting on natives, going hard on the white supremacy. She said, really mean stuff.
Yeah.
Mean-spirited. She was taken care of by these people. We know this.
Rude.
Keep in mind, she's 24 at this point. Have you ever met a 24-year-old white girl?
Yes.
Oh,
Mike's
God.
close enough.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Rough.
That one sound is enough, Mike. You don't
Yeah.
need to say anything else other than that
Rough.
sound.
We've been there, done that. Got a T-shirt.
Happy Women's
It was
Month.
better when I was younger, and then I fucking as I got older, it got harder.
I've never been 24.
I just,
Well,
like,
you're
woke up
only
one day
you're
and I
only
was-
16, Cody. So
Yeah, how's college?
yeah, how's college going?
That's
Easy.
high school at 16. What do you mean?
He's,
You're in
he's a
college?
boy.
For you,
He's- no,
for
no,
you,
no.
maybe, Mike.
You were in
Yeah,
college
Mike,
at
he's
16?
Asian. He's already in college at 16.
Yeah, he's already disappointed his
fuck.
parents for far more school years than I've been able to.
Damn,
Yeah,
son.
watch me
Yeah.
do it with money now.
Damn.
She moved with Stratton to Albany and went to a school there between lecture tours.
Albany,
Then-
New York.
Albany, New York, yeah.
Is there another one?
What is she studying?
I
Dude,
should've
there's Albany,
clarified.
Greece,
There's an Albany, Greece? Are you?
or in Italy. That's Albany's. I told you we went over this in one
We
of the
did,
shows.
yeah, we
Albany
did.
It doesn't
is-
sound Greek.
I think
No,
it's Greek.
Albany. I think it's in like Sicily.
Gabby's looking it up now. She's on the
What a
case.
Jamie.
Happy
What a
Women's
fucking
Month,
Jamie. Oh.
Now she moved up to
no.
Albany. She went to school there. Then a Mojave representative named Irataba came to D.C. to meet with President Lincoln.
Howdy, sir.
That's how you address presidents, Michael.
Oh,
That is how you make sure
Oh,
you make sure you have a you have a vat of
How y'all
potato
doing?
salad under your arm and you say howdy, sir.
That's a
to any
nice hat you
presidents
got.
meet.
Yeah, you in a top hat, sir? Oh, shit.
By God, could you autograph this penny for me?
All you motherfuckers got wooden teeth? Holy shit.
Wood teeth.
No, that's George Washington.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
No,
he had
no,
slave
no,
teeth.
Let's go to all
Slaves' teeth.
presidents.
You actually weren't here for that 3-part.
Yeah, well, I
Symphony.
was here in spirit.
Oh well, well, you didn't take
That
much
was a
less.
lot of that was a lot of weed you smoked that week.
Yeah.
So she moved in with Stratton in Albany, and she went to school there between her lecture tours. Then a Mojave representative named Irataba came to D.C. to meet the President Lincoln, which I mentioned because I'm reading this again. God damn it. Joke about a penny. Olive took the opportunity to meet the tribesmen. Upon meeting, the two spoke kindly to each other in the native tongue.
Ooh.
It seems as though Irataba had no idea she'd been making a living by calling for the extermination of her savage people for the last few years, but
That's one of those.
Everyone's got to do something, you know.
So
Yeah.
So Tom, up until this point, I'm like, this sounds like a cool lady, and then I'm like, well, she just sold out her fucking cool friends that she made.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think, like, it's like, I had an analogy in my head and I totally lost
It's like
the guy's
Harry. It's like Harry and what's his wife's name?
name.
The Royals.
The Royals.
The Royals.
Right. Oh, I was going to go with like Woody Allen meeting Hitler and bonding over their love of film. Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
not really talking about that whole, like,
That's Isn't that the most awkward moment when you meet an asshole and you're like, oh, you're an asshole of a special breed, and then you discover your similar interest with that ass. It's like, son of a whore.
Get
Right.
along
Have
with
you
that
seen
asshole.
the Charlie Chaplin? Jawohl. So
Right.
funny.
so
That mustache.
while we're observing and laughing at this now, the white people, they love a good press op. So overall, it went over just fine. Within a matter of years, the Mojave tribe land was taken from them, and the American fort was built. An American fort was built in its place, forever tarnishing and destroying any cultural influence that they could have ever had. So thanks for
USA.
telling it for what it is. White woman with face tattoo.
Oh, dude. Tom,
Brave.
I'm just saying, Happy Women's Month.
Yes.
Because this Karen just ruined the whole civilization of people.
She's like an arch Karen.
Look, it's not like anyone would have listened to her anyway if she was just like, wait, they're nice. They'd be like, you're a bitch, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at her, really, because I just, we've done enough research to know how they didn't really listen to the women's. And when they didn't even listen to a guy who was talking sense.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Wow.
it was just like, we do what we do. We take it all from you.
Take it as it
And
goes,
this-
you know?
What's that?
Well,
Just take it as it goes.
talked.
Yeah.
We've talked about it on the show before. What is it? Phrenology, the study of brains.
I
Yes.
love that shit.
Or not brains, just like skull structure.
The lumpies.
Big brain.
Yeah, so there was a whole bunch of fucking stupid ass white men out in the West fucking studying Native American skulls. Like, some guy walks into town, he's like, hey, how you doing? He's like, how? He's like, I gotta check out your skull, dude.
Yeah, and they just punch off the feather headdress and just start busting out the tape
Yeah.
measure.
Right.
And there was this whole fucking big movement of dumb white people just being like, did you see this Native American's head? It's different. Oh.
It had a ridge you wouldn't believe where.
Oh, my goodness. You know,
so
guys,
it was a very dumb time. 19th century. I think the funniest thing about the 19th century is that in a lot of history, like people kind of knew they were dumb, like they're doing alchemy. They're like, yeah, this is fucking dumb, but it's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
But in the 19th century, they thought they were smart, but they weren't.
all right, fair enough. I mean, I feel like that's a fair evaluation
yeah.
from,
As podcasters in 2021, we think we're smart right now.
Cody, every time I listen to one of these episodes, I really, really don't think that anymore.
Right. It's only during the record. On like QC or review or edit, we're just hopeless.
Yeah.
But in the moment, we're aces, baby.
Yeah, I think every time that the few times that I have gotten a hey Tom, you were wrong about this thing, from one of the listeners, and it's never even malicious. Our listeners like us, so that's cool.
They're good listeners.
Yeah,
They're awesome, yeah.
Well, the few times there's been like, oh Tom, you missed this very important thing. It's like I fucking know, I'm an idiot. Like I really am. I take some pride in it.
Yeah, but at least you can admit it. In the 19th century, you're like, oranges have pits
Yeah.
that are the size of avocados. And that is the real deal. I am a smart boy.
Right. Also, to be fair, if I ever got anyone being nasty at me, I'm doubling down on whatever I said.
Dude.
You gotta double down. That's how you do it. So
Roast Mortem listeners hate Portland.
yeah, they do.
One of them does.
He just hates the show, I think. I think he only listened to the first
fan?
30 seconds when I asked how it was going.
Yeah.
He
That's all you
listened to
need.
how was your week?
Yeah, let's fight him.
He's like, fuck him. Go on, God, live in Portland. He did it. All the women ugly. Starbucks dare.
Damn.
Wow.
That's what he said. It's just like, well, it's pretty harsh.
I mean, I understand
Joke, though.
people like Duncan more. That's fine.
Look, not everyone's from Boston. Okay, let's continue. There's only a little bit left. So Stratton and Olive continue touring together, and while in Texas, she meets her future husband, John B. Fairchild, whose family had been attacked by natives around the same time hers had.
They have something in common.
It's good. A good place to start.
Good way to hit it.
Bonding point. Right?
Bonding over
I
misery.
like that.
The two settled in Sherman, Texas, a growing town, all kinds of trade. Olive became a local celebrity as her public celebrity her national celebrity began to fade. She lost contact with Stratton, who died in an insane asylum in 1877, probably blaming the poor food quality and bedding arrangement on natives 1,500 miles away.
So her local
Wow.
celebrity was like the like two guys in your local town that you live in that like have one leg, right? And you're like, oh, that's that guy. I know who he is.
Yeah,
But
like
she's got the face tat, right? And so she's poor
You
sweet
just
thing.
know.
Yeah, she went from selling books about her life to becoming Storm and Norman. And if we haven't covered Storm and Norman enough on this show,
Oh boy.
he's a man who lives in Huntington, New York, with a silver Lord Farquaad haircut, driving an adult tricycle with a
Would you
bike.
call it driving?
It's driving.
It's
Well,
driving.
You need a license to pilot that thing.
It's more like the trike is driving Norman.
Yeah, so it's a trike. He's a beautiful man. He probably molest children because
He
I
likes
remember being
biceps.
16 and him trying to molest me. So
Oh,
that's
big
not
muscle.
that's not a baseless accusation, but it was so funny because he would just show you his muscle and you go, "What are you doing, man?" He'd be like, "Ah."
Come over here and feel it, Tom. Come on, check my muscles.
Yeah, he was
No,
like that.
Norman feels you, Mike.
He,
I'm like, Norman, get the fuck away from me.
It's like give it a feel. Anyway, I don't want to besmirch anyone that I may have or may have not been molested by. So let's just continue. Olive picked up wearing a dark veil everywhere as she did not want to draw attention to her sweet tatties, as people call them today.
Yeah.
Olive and Fairchild adopted a child, which brought some joy to them, but Olive's health started to fade. Now, someone asked me how she did it.
Ooh.
Thomas, how did this lady meet her maker?
March 20th, 1903. Olive had a heart attack and died.
How old
How old was she?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm a fucking idiot. 65, I believe.
Oh, shit, she's old.
65. I think that's kind of interesting because I feel like the early 20th century, she died in 1903, right?
Yeah.
Had a taste of what millennials are going to look like when they are 65 and have droopy face tats
Okay.
and shitty, just mushy arm tattoos.
So you're saying she's future, is what you're saying.
she's
Ahead
future.
of the
She's like
curve.
she's a cyberpunk of fucking the early 20th
Cyberpunk
century.
1877.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's somehow less bugs. Amazing.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of sand in an
there's,
NES.
there's
Redemption.
actual
Yeah.
bugs. It's a game and there's actual bugs.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
wipe
Right.
the bugs off.
So, just to put the nail in this bitch's coffin, her life was a big blur because there were many publications about her life that some of them were frivolous and stupid and they were more about pushing white supremacy than they were about telling a story. Shout out to Stratton, you stupid idiot.
No.
Fairchild actually spent a nice amount of his money, and he was a savvy investor. He spent a good amount of money buying up copies of Stratton's book to burn.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he invested in a
He's
bunch of
shorting.
shit, and he was shorting the story.
Just
So-
trying to
Shit.
do a little Hitler.
Yeah, I guess he
Like
was. Well, I mean, it was
Good
pretty.
job.
It was kind of opposite Hitler because this guy was calling for genocide all the time. He was just like, we don't
Bizarro.
need that book no more. I had a nice
Bizarro
life.
Hitler.
I had a nice
Bizarro
Yeah,
life.
so like
Hitler.
it was like Hitler was like, maybe you guys shouldn't burn Mein Kampf. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Burn it. I mean, you buy it again.
Ooh.
You can buy it again.
It's on sale.
So
Oh, so this is really interesting because I feel like she's kind of a really cool person in history, but she just fed into like she's an influencer.
right. Well, she was
She
cool.
fed into the what was making her money and was making her popular and became a shitbag.
Right. Exactly. She
Was it
followed.
against her own will, though? You think she was like forced into kind of doing it?
I think that she's an
She
interesting
got
case.
brainwashed, like
No.
from the PTSD.
The few things we know about her that she definitely we definitely know about her is that she was put in compromising positions her entire life.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
with
yeah.
Stratton, like you have enough money shoved in your face, going, "Oh, I'm going to make you $1 million in 1870 money."
Yeah, just do this.
It's like,
Right.
all right, well, I guess I'm a white supremacist now. You know, like
But I-
give me $3 million. I'll say publicly I'm a white supremacist. You know, like I
I
don't
think-
care. I'll work on it later.
I think she liked living with the Mojave, though. It
I think so
sounded
too.
like a
I think she
fucking
had a good
sweet,
time.
sweet deal.
She
you know,
did.
It sounded like, yeah. I think like she really did like it. I mean, like, I'm looking at because like when you look at these people that are like white supremacists and shit during the 19th century, it's like how good were you living compared to other people? Not very good.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like
What do you
like
mean other
19th
people,
century
like-
living's pretty shit.
Other
That's
people
true.
like throughout
Natives.
history and time? Are
No,
you
they're
saying?
Native Americans in comparison, like the
Oh,
Native.
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
19th century American colony fucking people.
There's
Gotcha.
a lot of shit going on. I mean, there's lots of Indian tribes, native tribes that were violent as fuck. Like this is such a blur.
Yeah.
There's no real narrative. Come on, let's grow up here. There's no real narrative. Like
It's
you got a lot of
just
asshole-
a sea of people trying to fuck each other and fuck each other over. What is
Exactly.
humanity other than that?
Right, exactly. So to like simplify it, like oh, the white man calmed down, he did it bad. It's like a lot of those people are just trying to live, and then You had a lot of white people doing that. That's for sure. You can't say that doesn't happen. But then it's just like, oh, Native American, they're just out there, selling fireworks. No, that's not true either. Like some of those bitches were killing each other for fun.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So just like why do we pretend that there's a clear cut to this? Thanksgiving,
Everyone's
let's celebrate
shitty.
it together.
I want turkey
and
now.
perhaps, I don't know, adopt a panda.
Ooh,
Yeah,
pandas are
happy
cool, too.
Women's Month. You guys should all buy the latest Microsoft Surface.
Did you? You bought one and you love it.
Wow.
That's great.
Wow,
I can
just
draw
chill.
titties.
This is what
I can
we-
draw titties or dicks, so it's very
You
bilingual.
haven't stopped doing that.
Oh God! All right,
Yeah.
so that's what this turned into. A commercial. I was just opening up to you guys and saying it was things I really thought were important, and then
I'm
Travis
just
was like,
saying, I'm trying to break gender biases by being able to draw whatever by
Travis
gender
like,
bias I
Travis
want.
like, well,
Support you,
Tom, great
Travis.
point about your Native Americans, but also Bill Gates done sold me a nice computer.
Bill Gates doesn't have a gender; he has a essence.
Do you think Bill Gates has ever had sex? We should
No.
stop the show now. You guys want to stop the show?
Yeah, we should
Never.
end it.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to our coverage of Olive Oatman, the first white woman with a face tattoo. Now, she's a lot more than that, but I would say look at some of the reference material. Go on the old internet and Google her a bit. A lot of fun there. There's no real clear-cut story, but I had fun telling it. Did you guys have fun listening?
Yeah, good time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Tom, I want to one up you with chicks with face tattoos.
Yeah.
I'll see you a few centuries earlier, many centuries earlier.
Oh,
What-
chicks with dicks?
Is it a white woman?
Yeah, it's a white woman. It's basically Brave.
Is it Lydia, the
She's like
tattooed
the
lady?
Brave-
That
No, dude.
all right.
First
we're
tatted
gonna go.
lady.
We're gonna go back in history, dude. I'm gonna fucking one up you with the Suicide Girls. She's gonna have big busty ass face tattoos.
All right,
Big,
cool.
busty face tattoos.
I'm interested to find out.
Good.
And if you're interested to find out if that ever is
Yeah.
going to go down, go to patreon.com/roastmortemcast. We're
Yes,
working
please.
on some more stuff. I think we just put up a video. We put up the Stonks episode
Yeah.
where we tell you how to invest your money. And it is
Yeah,
advice.
It's an entirely professional advice. Follow it at your own risk.
We
Right.
are
And,
fiduciaries.
Fadoosh.
Good.
Mike,
Fiducious.
how much money are you planning to make?
It's $1 billion.
Okay, that's
Oh, he broke kayfabe for a second there.
yeah.
See
Wow.
that? It's
I like
weird.
that.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. You guys start with 30,000 to get to $1 billion.
I'm on my way.
Uh-huh.
You just gotta prey on people's hope. People
Carry
have
on
hope,
my
have hope out
way.
there.
Wow. Spoken like a
Carry on
true
my
white man, Mike.
wayward son. This is Mikey. We'll make 30 grand.
Please, I will make 30 grand. Please help me get to my destination sooner.
Okay, Decky Shane.
Wow. That was weird and desperate.
Sorry,
Bye.
that was
Where
cut
we're
that sweat,
going, we
please.
don't need eyes.
Or
The
wallets.
land of $30,000.
I don't need any more money. I'm just gonna give up.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm just going to
Good
give
job.
up.